Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Murmuhu. After the music and dancing, Sri Ramakrishna sat on the couch and the devotees sat on the floor. He said to him, "It's a pity you are not here in the afternoon." The musical recital of the Chandi was very fine. Suppose we go for a picnic and we enjoy the whole thing, but see that a friend of mine has not joined, who is to often join and experience that joy. And when we see him, just after return, we see, we missed you. You have missed something great. We enjoyed in a various ways our picnic. We sang, we danced, we loved the nature where we had gone. Everything was divine and fine, and you have missed it. And what you have missed is missed forever. That feeling, how? Now, just recently we went to Vrindavan. What was our experience can never be shared with anybody. And nobody can understand what it was. An unbroken thought of divine, what Sri Ramakrishna says, divine inebriations, where we had forgotten our identity, our personality, and we were in a different world altogether. It is to be experienced. The one who experiences alone knows what it was. Like that, when we see others, we cannot say anything, nor we can speak, nor we can express what we saw and experienced. Just look at him with a pity. Oh, he did not, he missed it. Even to tell you have missed something great, the mouth doesn't open. Because it is something to be pitiable when it comes to the divine that destroys all our inner defects and imperfections. It is something which cannot be explained. You are getting purified every moment. You are getting elevated to another level of awareness. This joy of inner freedom, this joy of closeness to the divine cannot be given or purchased, nor can be shared. It has to be experienced. Oh, then we see, oh, he missed it forever. When we go next, if they do not come, they will not know. Something like that. Sri Ramakrishna is feeling. The musical recital of Chandi was very fine. Some of the devotees went to the temple to salute the image of the Divine Mother. Others sat quietly performing japa on the steps leading to the Ganges. It was about 11 o'clock, the most auspicious time for contemplation of the Divine Mother. The flood tide was rising in Ganges, and the lights on its banks were reflected here and there in its darkness. Others were quietly performed. Some people went to bow down to the Divine Mother in the shrine. Others quietly sat doing the japa on the steps leading to the Ganges. Now, just imagine some people in the temple, some are the banks of Ganga. Looking, one is image, another is nature. Two different aspects of the same Divine Mother. Mother in the temple, where Mother is invoked to be there present, to bless the people. Those who have eyes, those who have heart can experience it. Same Divine Mother is present everywhere, all pervading, in quiet hours of midnight, when all other beings are sleeping. It is the night of silence, of darkness, in that few are sitting on the steps of the Ganges and doing japa. What a beautiful atmosphere. Everything is calm. The mind has dropped away its past, present and future. It is soaring high to the Divine Mother, who has become the whole universe and standing beyond as the light, supporting it. The whole universe is darkness. Beyond it, as the substratum, and as pervading it, the Chaitanya, the consciousness, is existing. This darkness, which we see as universe, if you can penetrate, you will see the light of the Chaitanya, the unchanging eternal reality. This whole universe is a constantly changing flux. It is constantly changing. Look at your own body. How from birth and pre-birth, how it's constantly changing. The Balya, Shaishava, Tarunya, Yavana, middle age, old age, all these stages from the childhood, infancy, childhood and onwards, how the body is changing. Our mental states are changing, knowledge is changing, experiences are changing, everything is changing. And this changing is happening in unchanging eternal existence. Just a space. All these objects exist in space, including the space, the universe is shining in the... Can you penetrate this material world and see the divine behind? Or divine pervading? That is the purpose of life. Now, these people who are sitting in that calm hours, dropping away all thoughts of the world and calling on Divine Mother, he is trying to see that light which has been covered by darkness. Darkness is something that is covering the light within. This is darkness of matter, and there within is the pervading it, the whole material world, pervading it, and its substratum stands the divine, supreme. That is the real light. And to see that light, they are calling on Mother. Mother, make me penetrate through you to see the light beyond, of immortality, of eternal bliss, of eternal peace and ocean of love. I want to see that which is beyond my bodily existence, the infinite Atma, which is beyond this universe, the infinite Brahman, unchanging eternal reality. I want to see. With that intention, they are sitting for japa. Others sat quietly performing japa on the steps leading to the Ganges. It was about 11 o'clock, the most auspicious time for contemplation on Divine Mother. The flood tide was rising in Ganges, flood tide and ebb tide, the flow up of the water and flow down of the water. And the lights on its bank were reflected here and there in the dark waters. From outside the shrine, Yam was looking wistfully at the image. Ramlal came to the temple with a book in his hand containing the rules of the worship. He asked him if he wanted to come in. Yam felt highly favored and entered the shrine. Come this Dakshineshwar temple, Kali temple, where Sri Ramakrishna did all his sadhana and all demonstrated the actual path to realize God. And it is the main thing is love of God. Various sadhanas he practiced there and taught how easiest path to attain God was the bhakti, the love of God. From Yam felt it is there inside the shrine. How many times Mother used to manifest through that image and play with Sri Ramakrishna, eat whatever he gives, and express, put him in the ocean of bliss and bliss alone. And that shrine, Yam has entered now. He saw that the Divine Mother was profusely decorated. The room was brilliantly illumined by large chandeliers that hung from the ceilings. 2 candles were burning in front of the image. On the floor were trays full of offering, red hibiscus flowers, various, when the image is there in all around, various offerings to be offered to the divine will be there. Red hibiscus flowers and bell leaves adored her feet. She wore garlands round her neck. Yam's eyes fell on the chamara. Suddenly he remembered that Sri Ramakrishna often fanned the Divine Mother with it. With some hesitation he asked Ramlal if he might fan the image. With some hesitation he asked Ramlal if he might fan the image, that is Divine Mother. The priest gave his permission. Yam joyfully fanned the image. How much of faith and conviction the Divine Mother is there in the image, how they feel. Yam joyfully fanned the image. The regular worship had not yet begun. The devotees again entered the master's room. Benipal had invited Sri Ramakrishna to visit the Shinti Brahmo Samaj the next day, but had made a mistake in his letter with regard to the date. Master to M. Benipal has sent me an invitation, but why has he put the wrong date? M. The date was not written correctly. He wrote the letter carelessly. As Sri Ramakrishna spoke, he was standing in the middle of the room with Baburam by his side. Baburam is one of the disciples later on, Swami Premananda Maharaj. And he was one who could touch Sri Ramakrishna, hold him in his ecstatic states when he has lost his external consciousness. He leaned towards the disciple, touching his body. Suddenly he went into samadhi. The devotee stood. Sri Ramakrishna could not bear the touch of ordinary people who are not having spiritual awareness in them. Those who are filled with worldly awareness and have given their body and mind for the worldly enjoyments and possessions, he could not bear their touch. So when he is entering into samadhi sthiti, bhava samadhi, when he is entering into ecstatic states of divine love, he was not able to bear the touch of anybody except the pure souls who have given themselves, their body and mind to God. So one of them is this Baburam, and Sri Ramakrishna could lean over him and forget the world. The master's left foot was advanced a little. The shoulder was slightly inclined to one side. His arm rested on Baburam's neck near the ear. After a while, he came down from the ecstatic state. As he stood there, he put one hand to his neck and appeared to be brooding over something. Then smiling, he addressed the devotees. Master, I saw everything. How far the devotees had advanced. This is one of the duties and the responsibility of a guru. Now and then to watch how they are progressing, how they are going. Some of the disciples, some who have initiated, are not able to climb fast. They go very slow. Some sadhakas, they slip back now and then. They go 4 steps forward and 2 steps they step back. Like that, very slow, snail's rate they will be moving about. For all that, he has to wait to see that they grow enough to be able to withstand all the forces of nature, suppressing them and go beyond. Their own inner nature, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, greed, lust, anger, all these, and attachments and aversions, raga, dvesha, their own ego will be suppressing the path, not allowing them the freedom to move forward. And Guru will be waiting to see how they are able to overcome, and whatever necessary needed, he supplies through the situations of life to make the things convenient. Somebody comes to hold the hand and take forward in the absence of Guru. All these things are arranged by Guru himself. Master, I saw everything, how far the devotees had advanced. I saw Rakhal, him pointing to him, Surendra, Baburam, and many others. Hazra, me, Master, yes. Hazra, many more obstacles, Master. No. Each one is bothered. Where am I? Because they cannot see. Master as a Guru and Lord of the universe can see each one's where they are, how they are. And each one wants to know how he is progressing, how he is advancing. So Hazri is asking, many more obstacles? Sri Ramakrishna is telling, no. Hazra, what about Narendra? Look at the fun. Comparison. The competitive spirit will be there within. How is he progressing? Am I going forward or he is going forward? This, even in the spiritual world, the competitive spirit will be there, unconsciously working, because it is in the world that we can experience, achieve, but not in the spiritual world. Yet, the tendency manifests here. Narendra, Master, I did not see him, but I can tell about him. He is a little entangled, but I saw that everyone will succeed. 2am, I saw that all are in hiding. 2am, I saw that all are in hiding. The devotees listen to these words with great wonder. Now, hiding is not exposed. One is not exposed to the nature. One is not exposed to the divine. Hiding. Hiding not something what they are, but hiding from an thing which is expecting to expose. Nature wants you to be simple. As simple, more and more simple, that the simplest God you can understand. And divine wants to expose. The exposure to divine is where all the subtle and causal level of obstructions or the forces working are getting dissolved. It is something like after the husking the paddy or wheat, we put in the sunshine for final drying before we store, where all the water portion are eliminated. So I have to expose to the divine. I have to expose to the nature. I cannot hide from nature. I cannot have, means forgetful of and not in living and loving connection with the nature, and God is what we call hiding. The devotees listened to these words with great wonder. It seemed to them that they were hearing an oracle, Master. But I got into that mood by touching Baburam. See, touching Baburam he entered into mood to see inner states of each one. Hazra, who is first? Same problem. The master, usually a true spiritual aspirant, doesn't see, and if at all he sees others, it is to serve and help. Who needs my help? And how can I help? It is like a doctor seeing the defects in a patient or advantages in a patient. Good and bad aspects he wants to know so that he will be able to help and serve. Hazra, who is first? Sri Ramakrishna was quiet for some time. Then he said, I wish I had few like Nitya Gopal. Again he appeared thoughtful. He remained standing. He said, I wish other saints' duties would become fewer, that he is able to enter into sadhana. But I am afraid the English officer will scold him. He may say, what is all this nonsense? All smile. Sri Ramakrishna sat on the small couch and the devotees on the floor. Baburam and Kishori came quickly to the master and began to stroke his feet gently. Master to Kishori, what is the matter? Why so much of service today? Ramlal entered the room and saluted the Sri Ramakrishna, touching the ground with his forehead. Then, with great respect, he touched the master's feet. He was ready to worship the Divine Mother in the temple. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.